today it is not the edge of the product or the technology that you have. Today it is the edge of talent that you have on your side, which means being an empathetic leader gives and creates an environment in the organization where people can come out and share their learnings, share their understanding, and open to explore their potential. If you are able to do so, the effectiveness of you as a leader gets established. Not only that you enjoy your work, you have fulfillment in your work, but also you have the higher chances of getting promotion and retained in the organization. And vice versa is true. If you are not able to involve empathy in your work, you are going to lose people. You are going to lose trust with your senior leadership team, and you will feel that this job is not that great or this organization is not moving in the right direction. So think about it, how you are building empathy in your workplace as an asset to your leadership skills. The first trait of an empathetic leader is empathy itself. But before we get into empathy, let's first understand what is the difference between empathy and the opposite is sympathy. Sympathy, it simply means that you feel pity on someone else without understanding and realizing what they are going through, what are their situations, what are their feelings. Empathy, it simply means that you are able to listen to people and understand their feelings. And when I say listen to people, it brings listening with undivided attention, listening deeply, understanding and observing what they are trying to say. That means you are not only listening them, but you are understanding what are their emotions behind it. Is it anger? Is it love? Is it the dedication that they are exhibiting? So when you listen with attention in depth, you build that empathy factor in your people, and people love to speak to you and open to you. So empathy itself as one of the very important factor in empathetic leadership that every leader should have. The second most frequent trait of an empathetic leader is compassion. Now, before we understand what and how compassion plays a role in an empathetic leadership, first understand what is the difference between empathy and compassion. Empathy in simple terms is understanding the feelings of others, and compassion means acting on those areas which will help to relieve those feelings. So for example, you are completely burned out, and because of which you are highly stressful and you are full of anger and you are full of anxiety and you are not able to contribute 100% in your work area. Now, if your leader is able to have that empathy, he or she will understand what are your pain areas. But because of the trait of compassion, he or she will take action to ensure that you are relieved out of that stress or that pressure that you are undergoing, maybe by giving you a break, or maybe by adding one more resource so that the work pressure is shared, or maybe giving you some time in understanding your problems and then finding the right solution so that you can work out a better outcome from the same amount of efforts. So in simple words, empathy is like data collection and compassion is about taking action on that data. The third trait of highly empathetic leader is called emotional intelligence. When I say emotional intelligence, it simply means not only understanding the emotions of others, but more importantly to understand what are the emotions and styles of you yourself. This helps you to get better control. This helps you to understand how you can remain composed, because if you are too much in anxiety yourself as a leader, or you are in too much of anger, your emotions are going to impact the performance of your people. Therefore, emotional intelligence is a very big part of empathy, because our emotions drives our behaviors and our behaviors drive our performance. Therefore, you have to really look at it. If your emotional intelligence is strong, that means you know what are your emotions, your self-awareness is high on your emotions, only then you will be able to play the role of being empathetic leader and as well as compassionate towards your people in solving their problems. The fourth trait of highly empathetic leaders is flexibility. As we know that highly empathetic leaders are able to gauge what are the needs, what are the emotions and feelings of their people. Thus, they are flexible and adaptable towards their people. But at the same time, it does not mean that they are going to deviate from their values and their beliefs. It means that they will listen to their people, understand their point of view, their opinion, incorporate that in the form of the final decision making, but without deviating from their own beliefs, which means they are flexible, they are open to people's opinion. And because of this factor, such empathetic leader encourages innovation, creativity in their teams, and that's how people in their teams are able to contribute more, give more, and that's where the win-win situation that comes. Well, if you have found this topic useful, interesting, do write me back in your comment section, or you write me back on my email ID arun.thukral@hcnconnect.in, because I have a full-fledged program of how to become an empathetic leader. If you are interested, send me your inquiry now. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching me.